The goal of this section is to discuss why standardized communication is a key consideration in air navigation, including the technologies and standards involved. Communication is a crucial element of effective air traffic management. Using a variety of communication tools, ATCOs deliver instructions and clearances and otherwise interact with their flights. In a specific position, a controller will be designated one or more radio frequencies to monitor. Most ATCOs wear a headset and microphone so that their hands are free to interact with their workspace. They will also have access to a telephone to communicate with controllers in other units. Guidelines for communication are included within Annex 10, Aeronautical Telecommunications. International agreements specify radio frequency bands reserved for aeronautical communications, existing primarily in high frequency, very high frequency, and ultra-high frequency spectrums, although most communication is in the VHF spectrum. A more recent communication technology is data link systems, which allow aircraft to transmit and receive voice, text, and pictorial information from ATC. It is important to note that English has been designated the official language of international aviation by ICAO, and therefore all controllers and flight crew on international flights must be capable of speaking both aeronautical and conversational English. A crucial consideration in communication is mutual understanding. Controllers and pilots must share a mutual understanding of what instructions mean. To accomplish this, several strategies are used. Click each of these factors to learn more. If you are just beginning to learn about radio communication, try an online search for live ATC feeds. There are several broadcasts freely available online where you can listen to controllers and pilots communicating. Aeronautical communications take time and practice to learn. As a quick introduction, try to put the ATC and pilot's communication in the correct order. Click each bubble, A through E, and then place them in the correct order on top of the blue circles 1 through 5. In an emergency, it is crucially important to ensure that controllers and pilots understand the urgency of the situation. Lives may be dependent on clear communication and a quick response. In an emergency that requires immediate assistance, pilots will transmit a Mayday message. Pilots generally use the radio frequency currently in use, or they may use the designated emergency frequency of 121.5 and squawk the transponder code 7700. In a potentially dangerous situation that does not require immediate assistance but may escalate quickly, think of an aircraft with low fuel. A pan-pan message would be transmitted.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Pan-pan, pan-pan, pan-pan.
Many English letters rhyme. Consider C, D, and E. As many important elements of aeronautical navigation are letter-based, think of an aircraft's registration. It is important to avoid confusion. For this purpose, the phonetic alphabet, first adopted by ICAO's predecessor in 1932, is used by all within the air navigation system. Although the spelling of some terms may seem unusual, it is intentional to support correct pronunciation by non-native English speakers. For example, the spelling of alpha, A-L-F-A, does not use PH because some languages do not intuitively know a PH should be pronounced as an F. All aviation professionals should familiarize themselves with the phonetic alphabet. Practice it for yourself. Move the correct phonetic alphabet term on top of the X below the letters in ICAO. Click on the blue button to remind yourself of the phonetic alphabet if you need help. The goal of this lesson was to discuss why standardized communication is a key consideration in air navigation, including the technologies and standards involved. Click the Return to Menu button and then continue with Section 4.